Hey guys, how's it going? Miso here with an RTA video, World Arena, Real Time Arena, whatever you want to call it. So this is going to be my placement matches, and originally I had intended this to be a live recording, but unfortunately I had my microphone muted while I was doing this, and I was basically talking to myself. And actually, this is my second take through this first match because I realized that I was using the wrong recording device for my microphone. So take two, we'll get through this, and we'll have fun talking about this again. But going into this first match, I was, I guess in general, I just banned Basar because I one don't like dealing with that unit. Two, I have the unit, but I don't have him built. I put all of my speed gear on one, my A-lots, and two, my Cerise, which you'll probably see. Well, you will see, but not in maybe in this video, maybe in one of the next ones. I don't remember which match she was, but I do bring her out for one of my matches where I got to play her, and the other match she got banned. So very simple. Starting off, picking Charles, SSB. I see that they went for Maid Chloe, so I go for Charles because anytime they have buffs, Charles is very, very good. Does extra damage, has a chance to strip, and SSB, just a very, very solid pick. One of the most powerful RTA units out there. Now you can pick Rowana against her, and it's, a counter to her. But at the same time, you can A, ban her, and two, if you get your unhealable onto their team and they don't have any sort of cleanser, then it's also very hard for them to battle against you because even though Rowana is constantly healing while you are using your counter against her, she's not going to be healing because of the debuff. But here I go with an Alencia last pick because yet again, one, I like the unit. I think she's very good. Underrated unit for sure here in the West. I know in Korea, Asia servers, they really like her. I also really like her, but a lot of the people that I know don't think that she's great. But I pick her because they have the Maid Chloe, so I could strip the buffs. But I don't know why they went for a cigarette here. But that's why I banned the ammo can, because I'm like, that's really the only unit that's going to threaten me right now. Even if I let that through, it's not like the biggest deal. It's just unnecessary damage that I don't need to be taking. So that's kind of the rationale behind my bans. But let's hopefully let's get started. I think we're about to head in. So here, as we start, like I said, just gonna go and try to strip the Maid Chloe. So I don't have a super well geared Alencia, but she's decently geared. I have a lot of bruisers, so for that reason, it's harder for me to gear her. I have a lot of my better gear on like my Charles, on my ML Ken, like those type of units. And she kind of gets like the short end of the stick, I guess, because she came in later. So I built her with kind of like secondary like hand-me-down equipment, but she still does her job, and she she does what she needs to do. She comes in, she strips, she's a bruiser, so she is able to last, unlike Basar, which is kind of the other type, like the other main stripper, that strips all the buffs that people bring, where he kind of, depending on how you build them, can survive a little bit, but most of the time you're building on very high speed, so it doesn't survive for very long. But Alencia can keep going, and if it lasts longer to where Maid Chloe puts on another set of revive buffs, then she can strip all those again. But the other thing that I really like is that she brings a defense buff, because I tend to run really tanky comps in RTA. I don't really go for the cleaves, because I only have A-lots as my fast unit. The other fast unit being Cerise, which isn't really like a cleave setup person, more of like a counter cleave or counter CR push type of unit. She's not really molded, but or max awakened or max leveled, but she kind of does her job, and I'm eventually probably gonna max awaken her and level her up and mola her. It's just at the moment molas are so tough. Right here I was hoping to def break the maid, unfortunately did not happen. My Alencia does not have any effectiveness on her really, but I was hoping that the mind's eye on her was gonna be able to help out there, but unfortunately didn't. But it still did a good bit of damage. I'd say that this person probably doesn't have the best units, given that one, he brought a cigarette to this for some reason, even though all of my units were earth. At least all my DPS units were earth. So I think this person was probably very inexperienced. But here, the match is pretty much over. So I'll fast forward things from here. All right, see you in the next one. All right, second round here. So this is against another person that's still doing their placements. And again, I'm in ban Basar. Oh, actually, no, they're in bronze. But yes, I'm in ban Basar because Basar's annoying. But, you know, honestly, I should be banning Flitica because she's probably even more annoying than Basar these days. But banning one or the other, and then if they pick one, then I'll ban it in the game later. That's the plan, pretty much. So they're bringing in Ruel, and for me, I think I'm going to go Alencia or Charles. Charles SSB again. I mean, that's just kind of like the typical opening. If they don't pick it, then I'll pick it, because it's very hard to deal with. There's a reason why. These are two of the most busted units in the game. And I was talking about their connection, their red bar, and I'm like, oh shoot, this game is gonna be rough. Probably really bad connection, really laggy. So I think they might actually DC here. I remember one of the people DC'd for me, so I got a freebie, and it might be this one. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. They DC'd. So I'll see you guys in the next one. So I'm rewatching this live with you guys. It's been actually like a week since I've done these, since I've recorded this. So I forgot a lot of it. So something that I realized while I was going through this was that in my first match, I actually forgot to put an artifact on my Sea Armin because I only have 2 Aureuses. I want a third, but I don't have it. And I don't know why. I probably dusted one, like my extras in the past, but right now I really need another Aureus. So she didn't have one on her earlier, but luckily Lilius was there to provide her. I think she had not Lilius, FCC. I think she had either Adamant Shield or Aureus earlier, so she was able to provide some protection there. But now she's got Aureus, so we're all set with that. So coming into this match, it looks like they banned SSB, which is why I didn't get to pick her. But my next kind of most solid pick is Maid Chloe. Now, I think that that's not as viable anymore, picking Maid Chloe like early on, or Ruel like revivers early on, because of ML Angelica, Sinful Angelica. She is really hard to deal with, and she actually destroys me a little bit later on. So here I last picked Champ Zerato because they brought in the Tenebria, who is going to be stunning, or not stunning, she's going to be sleeping, death breaking, slowing, doing all these annoying debuffs. And the best way to counter against her is, one, the immunity from Sea Armin, but also Champ Zerato, in case they have any funny shenanigans. But and to like strip debuffs or strip immunity. But here they did not strip. They don't have any strippers, so Sea Armin kind of is counterintuitive. She's kind of a detriment per se against my team, because of Champ Zerato. So here I wanted to provoke the Tenebria because I didn't want her to do her S3 here, though I don't know why. I guess I just felt like it. because she, I would have immunity anyway, so she wouldn't have S3'd, and I have invulnerability as well. So not sure why I did that, but he smartly does not use his S3 here because he's not going to be doing anything. But it's kind of like a super tanky comp that I have. Somehow I win this. I don't know how. I think their team was just very, very squishy, is what I remember this as being. And that's the reason why I won this match. Yeah, the Amo's only like 12.3 HP. 12.3 HP. So, and one thing is like, Amo is good, but I feel like bringing like Magaharas on her like this team does just doesn't provide enough healing a lot of times. And my Champ Dorado is on Violin, so it's just stripping buffs constantly. So even though they have a ton of def buffs and stuff like that, my Champ Dorado is stripping it. And he's built on kind of like a bruisery type of build as well. And for some reason, I feel like he might be missing boots, but oh my gosh. The one thing I was like noticing was like this team is super squishy. I think this crowd was like level 50 or something. I can't really see it in my preview. It's a little what should I call it? A little blurry on my screen because of, I guess, Sony Vegas, which is what I use to record this. It's not very big, but I think it's fine. I think it is, he's level 50 if I remember correctly. Yet again, this is just placements. These are very early on, and because of that, a lot of these people are going to be not too great. Their units are not very, not very good. And killing that Crow basically means that, I don't know, this match is pretty much over. Look how healthy our units are. Look how not healthy their units are. You can pretty easily tell that this is pretty over. She's going to S3 here as kind of a Hail Mary. And I think it does sleep in Death Breaks on my units. Yeah, but that's why we have Champ Dorado, who did not get any debuffs at all, which I was frustrated about. Because I was like, God damn it, this is why I brought him, so he would reflect this. But he didn't do anything. But it's okay. We make it through this. Everybody slept, everybody's death broken, but we're tanky enough and they don't do enough damage. Like, look at that. I just completely chunked that Luluka with my S1. And my Champ Dorado's not like that strong. He's got like 3k attack and like 250% crit damage. So not that strong. And again, this is over. So I'm just going to fast forward it from here. See you guys in the next one. Alright, so this is the last match that I'm going to be showing for this section of the video. It's against another guy who's doing their placements. And we're going to ban Basar again because, as I mentioned, he is annoying. And we'll see what he picks. Yet again, he bans Vildred. And like I said before, this is I'm just doing this live with you guys, so I don't quite remember what he picks here. So he goes SSB, so that leads me to pick, I believe, probably Charles and Alencia, because they're both green units. Charles being able to nuke SSB pretty well. Alencia being a strong, not like strong, but like he's good counter. Oh, do I not go Alencia? Oh, I don't. I go Zerato. Yeah, that's right. Because Zerato is also a really good counter against SSB. She S3s, Zerato reflects all that, and, they get all the debuffs. And I'm happy and laugh, and they're sad. So they go with the Little Queen Charlotte, probably to counter my Zerato, or any dark units that I pick in the future, including Zerato, because she just kind of nukes them, and dark units are sad and die. But I think I might still pick some dark units here because I can just ban her, which is the nice thing about RTA. So let's see. I follow with Maid. Yet again, very solid pick. at the time, at least I thought, until I got wrecked by a ML Angelica, and CC, another great pick for tankiness, just all around survivability. She provides both survivability with her shield, like the barrier, and Aureus, plus tankiness. Sorry, not tankiness. Some sustain with her S2. So here, I think I bring out the Cerise. So this was actually the first time I used Cerise. I just geared her for RTA. As you notice, she is 5-star. She is not even 5-star awakened, level 50, and she has no molas. So I think part of this, I got really, really lucky in this. And spoilers, I do win this match. So I banned the little Queen Charlotte because I don't want to get blown up by that. My Zerato being my only, well, not only DPS, but one of my main DPSs. And they banned my Maid Chloe, which I'm not entirely sure why. They probably thought that they could beat me in a speed battle, but Cerise is extremely fast, and I think I had her, I mean, she's not that fast on my team. I don't have her built super fast because I don't have like super fast gear, but she was fast enough. I think she was like 256 or something like that. So, which is fairly slow for Cerise's. But here, this is the part I get really lucky on. I restrict both the SSB and the A. coli, which were the units that I needed to restrict. And yeah, so I think he's just here like, oh my god, what'd I do? So he pushes the Destina forward. He's gonna cleanse the team, but from, oh, actually, I don't know why he doesn't cleanse. But I think it's just that since he couldn't see our push, he's just like, there's no point in this. So he goes for Charles, stuns him, but doesn't do that much damage because of my FCC. So here I S3, give some survivability, skill nullifier, things like that, but SSB I think it's going to counter anyway, so that doesn't really do much. But Charles is going to go next, and he's going to be stunned, which is fine. SSB is going to S3 here, I think, which is why we have our champ Zerato, so he can just bounce everything back. Is he going to S3 here? Oh, I think actually, oh no, he doesn't S3. Okay. I think I remember one of the matches having somebody, what should I call it? Somebody having a DC, like they DC'd, and then they just autoed the rest of it. And I thought that was this match, but that was not the case. So here we go. The A-Lots, I think he's going to try to push up the Coley and try to kill my Charles, is what I'm assuming, but he might have, maybe this is the one he DCs. Yeah, it looks like this is the one that he DCs on, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to take Cerise and S2 the Coley, I think. Yep, going to stun her. This is the thing about a Cerise. She's just such a good control unit. She's very, very underrated in my opinion. She does a lot. She does a lot in terms of control, which is why I'm thinking about molaing her, investing in her, because she is very powerful. So here we get a turn again already. I think her S2 gives her combat readiness. That's why she was able to lap so much. And I think this is just pretty much the end of it. Yeah, I'm going to S3 here. It's probably going to kill off A. coli and maybe SSB. Nope, doesn't kill off SSB. But as you can see, it's pretty much over here. And that is the last RTA match I'm going to show for this video. 4 matches, all wins, luckily, but there are losses later on that come into the next in the next round of matches. But yeah, 4-0, looking good so far. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.